It's not like you're taking a sabbatical and having to take a year with no pay to get these experiences, or wait until you retire to get these experiences. You get to enjoy them as you go whilst you're in your healthiest years.
Today, we're diving into a topic that I know will resonate with a lot of you, especially if you have aspirations or dreams of living as a digital nomad. We're out on the balcony today for the first ever episode that I've recorded from outside. And so we're doing that because we're going to be talking all about living with location freedom as a digital nomad. And more importantly, we'll be looking at the best businesses for digital nomads and how you can build a lifestyle where you can work from anywhere in the world. Now, Lewis, you've had experience of living the digital nomad lifestyle. So let's kick things off with the basics. What exactly is a digital nomad, and why is this lifestyle becoming so appealing?
Yeah, great starting point, James, and great to see you out in the wild today. You can hear the birds in the background, living the digital nomad dream. Good stuff, putting it to work. So a digital nomad, this term, is someone essentially who can work remotely. Now, it doesn't exclusively mean business owners, because you can be a freelancer and be a digital nomad. If you break up the term, you earn your income digitally and you are nomadic. You can do it from anywhere in the world. That's the term. But the way I view it, and having been a digital nomad for a while and seen the different types, there are some that are living a much higher quality of life than others. And it's very clear that it's the business owners, rather than those who are still trading their time for money, who are able to really benefit from it. And so while traveling and living in different places, there are a few key reasons why this lifestyle is so important, and why the e-commerce business model is such a great model to allow you to be a business owner and a digital nomad at the same time. So the first is the flexibility. You're not tied to a specific location. You've got the freedom to move from one amazing mountainous, lush rainforest location onto another beach location, and you can just take your entire business with you in a laptop and just open up your laptop, and wherever you go, it's there with you. I think the other is that you really get to experience life as you go. You get to experience new cultures, new food, new environments, but you don't have to trade those experiences for loss of income. It's not like you're taking a sabbatical and having to take a year with no pay to get these experiences, or wait until you retire to get these experiences. You get to enjoy them as you go whilst you're in your healthiest years, and it allows you to be on a permanent holiday with the way you can set one of these businesses up, and the business funds you to be on that holiday and to continue your adventures. So it's really powerful once you get it up. We're not saying it happens from day one, but I know that if I'm going to work hard for the next 10 years in a job, or probably a lot longer than that throughout a career, or spend maybe 6 months to a year setting up the foundations of a business that can then allow me this kind of lifestyle for the rest of my career, I know which one I would rather spend my time doing. The other benefit, as you are experiencing right now, is the cost arbitrage. So you can live in a much lower cost country while earning in a stronger, higher value currency like pounds or dollars, so that you're earning a UK wage or a US wage from your laptop, but then you're living with the affordability of somewhere like Bali or somewhere like Montenegro, somewhere that you can have a much better quality of life, and where every pound that you earn stretches a lot further.
Exactly. No, it is one of the beauties of it. Running a business like an e-commerce business that I have that's still selling every day in the UK. It's earning in pounds, but I'm at the moment spending in euros in Montenegro, where I am at the moment. And of course, the cost of living is lower than what I was spending before when I was living in the UK. So it's that brilliant dichotomy where we're earning more from the business that is running over in the UK, selling to UK customers and high ticket products through my e-commerce business, but I'm spending less than I was when I was living there. And at the same time, able to explore a new country, able to travel and just take my laptop with me. So I've been out here now for the past 4 weeks. And this is kind of my first real experience, and hearing all about your stories about when you were living nomadically, Lewis, it always inspired me when I first joined the Dropship Unlock Masterclass to live a digital nomad lifestyle one day. And it hasn't disappointed in these first 4 weeks. And I plan to continue that for much longer. And obviously we'll document it on this podcast. And yeah, as you mentioned, those benefits are coming true straight away. I went traveling to New Zealand a few years ago as a sabbatical from my job. And there was always a time that I was looking on the clock as to when my return flight was going to come back. And I couldn't fully be sustainable while I was out there, because as soon as I went traveling, all of the money stopped coming in because I had taken a sabbatical from my work at the time. Whereas now I've taken no decrease in income, but I'm still able to travel at the same time and experience all these new countries So it's a very exciting stage for me. But the real topic we want to dive into at the moment is what business is best, or what businesses should you consider if you have the goal of being a digital nomad. So what do you think, Lewis? What do you think is some of the best types of businesses that is suited for a lifestyle as a digital nomad?
Yeah, not all businesses are created equal when it comes to location freedom. That's the end goal, but there are various different ways to get there. And here's what I've seen from firsthand experience works best for digital nomads: online-based and scalable businesses. Okay, so a business that operates 100% online is obviously key, because if you're in Bali one day, Vietnam the next day, Montenegro the next day, like, you have to have something that you can just pick up and go with you, unless you want to have a physical premises and have staff and be tied to stock and things like that. So, that wasn't the type of business I wanted. I wanted something that was stress-free and nimble and agile and could move with me. I guess if you think of it like running a virtual store versus owning a physical shop, you're not tied to one place. It's virtual, it's digital, it's on the internet. The other is the low overhead costs. So you need something that doesn't require physical inventory, ideally. So that's why dropshipping as a business model is perfect for this, because you're not storing or shipping products yourself. So it's like you're managing a store with no stockroom. Just the orders and the profits, just the good bit, just the nice, easy part, none of the fulfillment, none of the hassle. The other thing would be to ensure that it's automation friendly. So the ability to automate as much of your business as possible means that you're not going to end up, after all this hard work you've put into it, glued to your laptop 24/7, because that's not the end result any of us work this hard as aspiring business owners and entrepreneurs to build. We don't want to create another job for ourselves. We want to create time, location, financial freedom. So it's like setting up a machine. You do have to initially set a few things up. There's a few cogs you've got to get right and bolts you've got to tighten up digitally to make it all work. But once you've done it, that machine works for you. That does the heavy lifting for you, generates you sales, and eventually you get a virtual assistant in place, and that business is generating you a full-time income, if not higher than your old full-time income, while you relax and explore a new city. So I'd say that's the best business model. High-ticket e-commerce just fits the bill for this.
Yeah. I mean, the last thing you want is to be living in a new country or traveling as a digital nomad, but not being able to actually see that country that you've traveled to because you're trading your time for money, or because the business that you've built requires you constantly to be working. So just not worth it if that's the type of business that you're going to run. So luckily, a lot of the listeners listening to this podcast will be the type of people who are building or interested in building an e-commerce business. So it's a great segue, because we know that business is certainly the businesses that we've been running while living as digital nomads. And therefore we know that it works really well if you want to be not glued to the laptop all the time. If you want to have virtual assistants that handle the store so that your income come in consistently, despite you not having to be constantly glued to a laptop, so you can start to explore the place, like go up a cable car in Kotor. If anyone's been to Montenegro, you might recognize the fjord behind me. Kotor is just around the corner that way, and there's a cable car up to the mountain. Something that I did last weekend. If I was at the top of a mountain and a customer called, I don't want to be in a position where I'm the person that has to go and take that call. Instead, you get a store built that has automations in place to look after customers, get orders fulfilled, and you can put virtual assistants in place so that customers can speak to a person that doesn't have to be you. So you don't have to be at the top of a mountain stuck on the phone with a customer. Instead, you can enjoy your time and relax while you explore.